On to the next. Another Lovecraftian vibe. Now, this, in my mind, this was like a detective, but he's got a yellow raincoat on and a big wad of meat, something on his head. There's like a window behind him, almost looks like a mirror, but there's no reflection, I suppose. So I think the idea was that this thing is some kind of mind control something. There's lots of blood in the background coming from the window, so this is where he came from. And this guy, I like this guy. He's strangely smug for being a zombie. I quite like smug zombie, but he's very smug. He's got odd shaped head, and I drew this on craft paper, which looks really nice against the blue. Wait, what's next? What's next? Oh yes, this is a zombie girl. I've done a lot of zombies. I like drawing zombie faces, so you know, sue me. And got some nice textures I thought here. And instead of highlights with a brush or anything, I drew these little lines everywhere, which I don't know if you can see them properly, but I think they worked alright. Some weird woman eating some fish, clearly not happy about it, but you know, if you were being eaten alive, then you're not going to be happy about it. But, yeah. Okay, on to the next. Right, this was sort of a running theme with this. I don't know why I just done a big meaty eye, big veiny eyelashes, and glistening kind of fleshy, just lots of fleshy kind of meat. For some reason I like drawing meat. Meaty eye. There you go. This one, there's lots going on in here. There's a face here, there's a person here with lots of arms, there's a cat, there's a little cat there, look, and a hooded figure, two people kissing. There's an eye of like a robot eye, which two eyes, mouth and sort of nose sort of works. And, there's some weird creature there as well with the swirls. I'm sure there's more in there as well. There's a little hand in there. I'm sure there's another cat. There's got to be another cat hidden in there somewhere. I like drawing cats. This woman is doing this maniac's hair. That's about as good as I can put it. I quite like drawing hands, so I did these, and I did this weird kind of hair like this, which I sort of liked. Some of the blue against the white on the craft paper, I don't think this really works, but I like the look on his face, so yeah, I left that in. This mad jester and this person underneath in an arch, and got these stitches in, and I sort of like the way the mouth goes there, and elongated hand, and it just looks a bit mischievous, which I tend to do a lot. Why not? Okay, that brings us to the end of the book, which is a closed mouth, because at the start I had a open mouth, so opening the book, closing the book. Again, meaty, fleshy lips with a bumpy, almost Freddy Krueger-ish look texture to the skin, which, you know, I sort of like that. I like drawing that because it's like drawing old people. You get to get really into all the bumps and cracks and nooks and crannies of the face, which is what I love doing. And yeah. There's the eye again to the back page. So yeah, there's Phantom, the book. Now I think we should get on to the zine Phantom. For some reason I had it in my head that I was going to make the book Phantom and have two zines to go with it, but in hindsight I should have just combined them all, which I will be doing on the updated version. I'm taking a few things out, adding some extra ones, and I'll show you those in a minute. But here we go with the zine, which is all black and white. Now I really like the cover on this, which is pretty creepy. I thought I did well with the textures in here. I quite like the jeans texture and the hand there as well, again with the elongated kind of limbs, which I think adds to like an uneasy kind of feeling. And I got the hands pushing in with the bumps into the clothes and indentations and things, especially there, so I like that. So I have to do more of that. So the first page is like a explorer kind of guy, which I quite like, drawing his feet like this, like a big clumpy cartoony feet with skinny legs, backpack, things dangling, and I left like a white strip there, which just like cloudy kind of things to help him stand out a little bit better. But I quite like this character. I think maybe I should revisit him at some point. But this girl, for some reason, but this is a girl, clearly. I don't know. she was up on the rooftops in Paris, apparently. This is the idea, and for some reason she looks like a beetle, one of them beetle kind of things. I just figured it'd be cool to have a hat with the look like a stag beetle. That was it. So there's some little background stuff, because I realised I needed to do more backgrounds, but I love drawing characters more than anything. Back to the Lovecraftian kind of thing. I don't need to explain this. It seems to be some kind of Lovecraft Cthulhu wrestler with spider eyes. Why not? Okay, a weasel with a big mouth, wonky eyes, with a gun. And this one, I have no explanation for this. I thought there would be weird to have this weird toy kind of shape with a face there, so it was like this sentient thing, a nondescript kind of thing, but on the grass. And I don't think I pulled it off, to be honest with you, which is why I'll be replacing this one, but it's still quite funny. I thought it was quite funny. Alright, this one's like a wizard, kind of what's the name? Doctor Strange, only strange. Another weird kind of Weasley coyote kind of thing, frothing at the mouth. Probably rabid. I would say rabid, and we'll go with that. Rabid coyote. I like this one with the double eyes. We all have well, I say double eyes. 2 sets of eyes. Do you know, like you get in pictures where people draw eyes above their eyes, so you get that weird effect? So I was going for that. So she sort of got a nun outfit on as well, but almost like a, I don't know, a knight, but I don't know how to explain it, but I sort of like the weird vibe it gave off. So that was that. More strange characters with, I was going for textures here, lots of strange little textures, which I really get into that kind of stuff more than I do with backgrounds and things. These kind of textures are what I like doing. Alright, this dude, I was quite pleased with this guy. I like the proportions. He seems to have a lot of weight to him, and I think I was experimenting more with thicker lines and just whacking out some kind of brush shapes like this, just to get, I don't know, some kind of something, just playing around. And it's by doing these kind of things you sort of find the kind of things you like. Same with this one, with the ink washes that I started putting on, but more of a cartoony one, this one. This guy, he's sort of like a professor holding a globe, but he's got a meat helmet on, which is another one of these things I sort of do from time to time, as you do. This woman's got like a weird kind of scarf upon a scarf upon a scarf hat on, which I don't know, seems kind of weird, which, you know, is what I do. Here's a zombie face. Doesn't this guy look like the Dawn of the Dead guy? I forget his name, but he sort of looks like him. Again, I'm going for these textures here, and rather menacing looking dude, which I don't know, sort of like he's got dreadlocks, and sort of matches his shoulders there, and the textures there too, which, you know, it's alright. To finish off the book, I got this weird scenario. Now, another little cat hidden in there, because I like drawing cats hidden there, they're always hiding. Right, there's 1, 2, 3 figures. One of them's facing this way. I don't know if that's too clear, but these are the parents sort of talking to the kid, and he's done something bad because there's another hat there and there's bubbles there, so I think he's either drowned his brother or his friend, but yeah, he's going to be in trouble with that one for sure. And to finish it off with a weird looking skull, sort of like a Frankenstein skull. So there's Phantom Zine. So we will now look quickly at Claw Cut. Claw Cut is a colour zine, so I wanted 16 pages of colour for this one instead of the black and white like the other one. So I did a meaty claw. Anyway, there's the meaty claw. So, right, first of all, there's this character, like he's sort of like Candyman. He has this weird fleshy, well, we all have fleshy insides, I suppose, but this guy has that going, and he also has this Klimt kind of cape going on. And I really like this drawing. I thought this one worked quite nice, and he has this kind of weird streaky blue hair, black background, and yeah, I like this one. I like this one, and kept the goldy kind of yellow colours because Klimt does have a lot of gold in his drawings. Yeah, so that one worked out alright, I think. Zombie girl. This guy, again, looking quite smug. For some reason, he's got like a Medusa vest on. I imagine this guy like a wrestler as well. But I sort of like the lighting on his face. I thought that one worked alright. This one is one of the creepiest ones in there. It's this monster suckling on the kid, sort of sucking his brains, which is probably not the best thing, especially for the little one, but he don't seem to be complaining, so maybe that's just how they work as a family unit, maybe. I like the textures on this, like a big wooden plank and some meaty textures in there. This one, I like, again, I go a lot with textures, so I was quite enjoying this underpainting coming through and this cloudy kind of features, and doing the hair with these chunks. I quite like the chunky hair in there. This guy reminds me of old paintings of kids when they have this kind of, again, the smug look on their face and dressed up in costumes. So he's sort of like he's dressed up as a superhero, but he's clearly not very well because he doesn't look very well. This kind of cockerel booster thing, I don't know what to say about this. It's just, it is what it is. This one reminds me of, I think, the Max, sort of a, what's not Keith Giffen, what's his name? Sam Keith. I think I was going for that kind of vibe with this, with a big smiling monster with arrows sticking out, in this character drawn really quickly, so I didn't really bother much with the hands, just push, 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 banged her all out. Slap some paint on that, and that sort of worked. Again, with this kind of same vibe going for this one. I wasn't looking to get correct proportions or anything in here, I just wanted some massive monster meat with the, I just realised this doesn't look too good. And a little tiny man, which he's picking up, which I think he's going to eat him, at least I hope so. Okay, this guy is, I like the texture again on his helmet visor. He's clearly not looking through this because he like the blast shield on Star Wars, so you're not really seeing much, but I get a feeling that it's probably a monster behind there because everything I do is a monster for some reason. I don't know, I think I've talked about that in another video. Well, there you go. More kind of machinery into characters. Machinery here, so these kind of hand claps are holding this guy in, and yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. This one I've used some, get some more light on there. I used some gold leaf for this, and I thought that worked quite well, but it was meant to be some kind of dreamlike thing as opposed to some religious kind of drawing, but yeah, that sort of worked alright. This guy has captured some alien creature in some kind of tunnel, and he's drooling and being mushed about along the face, and yeah, I think he's sort of captured him. He's going to torment him. This looks like Justin Bieber if he was somebody from Gorillaz, the band, and but he's got a cool collar on, so yeah, so he's probably going to be happy about that. So the last one on here is a drawing which I think I'm going to leave out of the put together version of Phantom, which is a weird were rabbit. I don't really know what to say about this. Seemed like a good idea at the time, and to finish it off, it's like a, I think it's like an attic kind of window, so it's like a glimpse inside, probably a glimpse inside my own mind, which for better or worse, that's it. Okay, as for combining the books there, I'm gonna add these drawings in. I think I need to finish up some of these kind of things, but there's one strange looking lady looking quite smug, and I have a thing for drawing smug people. some kind of character, again with the kind of body armor, and this one looks alright, I think. Another zombie. Quite a few zombies here. There's one. There's another one, which he does not look good, but doesn't he look like Conor McGregor? Is it him? It could be him. Who knows? Who knows? And again, this is another zombie with big chunks. I need to finish up a bunch of things, remnants of a long year somewhere. Just add a bit more to his neck and just to bring him out a little bit. But when I do that, I'll put it all together, make one chunky book. So it'll just be a little bit thicker, maybe around 70 odd pages, something like that. So you get the idea. So the whole thing will be one big chunk of Phantom. So that's it for my little display of art for the day. There's a lot of glare on there, I'll take that off. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will get back to you next week with another video, and I'll see you then.